What is up? YouTube. How y'all doing, man? Uncle Mike get a little more serious when we're talking about the kids. In the last I just did a video, and I said I was following up, and I'm glad this is up there. They put it in a nice order for me and everything. First time reaction, so I don't know. The shocking true story of Blu Cantrell, why the industry erased her. First of all, before we get started, man, I want to talk about the Patreon. We have a Patreon that we feeding people. There's a video that we put up on the Patreon side that when I was in the Philippines, we went to the grocery store. We bought all this food. We bought in bulk and all this stuff. And then the family put together these bags to give away. We prayed. That part is not in there. We do a lot of praying and trying to help people the best I can. I ain't got no big budget for no major fundraiser. We take 90% of the money go to the people that's working the fundraisers. That's right, I said it. What makes it so bad is on the Patreons, if you was to help support, we give $3. We asking, yeah. If I could do this, y'all can do it, right? We're asking for the Patreon to just donate like $3 a month. I'm pretty sure if you live in the United States and you got a job, you can afford $3 to help Uncle Mike feed people that don't have $3, that don't have a food. When I found out that sometimes the kids in the Philippines don't go to school because they don't have no food, that is a terrible reason. In this day and age, kids, we're talking, right? In this day and age, that if a kid don't have food, there should be a system in place where everybody on earth can have the three things that's needed: food, water, and air. Anything else is extra. Real talk. Anything else is extra. You name something else you need to live on this earth. Food, air, and water. Those three things should be 100% given to everybody because they got a heartbeat, period. If we was real people helping each other, them three things should be ordered. That's how I feel, man. Y'all want to know how Uncle Mike feel? So when they said, oh, no food, they said it almost like it was a holiday. No food day. So he stay home. So what you mean? If the kid don't eat, they don't send them to school. There ain't no food at the school. Here in the United States, I remember we used to have free lunch and stuff like that. A car. Anyway, I'm taking it upon myself to do the best I can. I'm hoping to adopt one school in the Philippines and try to make sure everybody eat. And I ain't talking about people that's bull crapping. You can't bull crap Uncle Mike because I'm gonna be there. That's why you keep your circle small. Yeah. So anyway, man, check our links and become a patron, help support, man. We also, patrons get to see behind the scene footage of me doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Especially when I was feeding the people in the Philippines, man. We had fun. I try to make things fun. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Blu Cantrell. I like to introduce.
While he was scheming,
I hope to God this girl is not. They ain't making her do some of this stuff that she want to do. It's a kid. You got to let a kid be a kid, man. And I don't think, dude, behind the scenes, man, is an ugly business in this music business, man. It's a lot of yelling. A lot of managers pushing. They ain't doing this stuff like an elementary school teacher is teaching your kids. I seen it with my own eyes on a semi level. So when it's on a Super Bowl level and you got to get these steps right, and they don't want to. They want to look at balloons and look at butterflies. It's something. It's different, man, on this level.
in the beamer, just steaming. You say you love me, but you're never there for me. Standing in the dark, coming light to show. So the thing you did with her, I was gonna know. Where did things go wrong?
Oh, Blue Central. I'm talking about the wrong. I did all that talking. I thought they talking about Blue Ivory. What the hell? Wait a minute.
Higher, she completely blew.
Maybe we need some time alone.
God dang, man. I feel I was talking about Blue Ivory. I thought this was, I'm like, what? Why they keep playing all these songs? Oh my gracious. This is Blue Central. I was wondering why that girl don't even look like Beyonce. I thought it was starting off with Beyonce and stuff. But anyway, all that stuff I said still stand, but it's for Blue Ivory. Y'all know Beyonce's little daughter. So, but still, everything else stands. So we on Blue Central. See, I'm human. I made a mistake. I apologize. I apologize for being human. Oh my God, Uncle Mike, I don't give a sugar. Here we go. Hey. Now I gotta change my mode. I gotta change my mode. Hey.
Blu Cantrell had it all. Hit records, a Grammy nomination, and a voice.
God damn, why does... Oh my gracious, I can't wait to get rid of this computer, man. 2 more days, baby. Damn, man, I need to start this video all over. I ain't gonna start it over. I'm gonna let y'all see for my YouTube course. Let y'all see that mistakes is, stuff ain't flawless. I can start this video all over and do it again, right? But I want y'all to hear the sound quality of this last song in the background. It almost sound like it's coming from a keyboard or something. It's too perfect.
I'm alone.
Watch this.
We need to let it breathe.
Blu Cantrell had it all. Hit records, a Grammy nomination, and a voice that could have made her one of the biggest stars of her generation. But instead of climbing higher, she completely vanished. Some say it was bad business decisions. Others blame her personal struggles. But the real story? It's much darker. Because if the rumors are true, Blu Cantrell didn't just disappear, she was erased. A once rising star, mysteriously blacklisted right after being linked to Jay-Z. A shocking mental health episode turned into a media circus. And then there's the conspiracy theory that makes this story even wilder. That Blue Ivy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce's daughter might not be Beyonce's at all, but Blu Cantrell's. Coincidence? Or was someone making sure we forgot about Blu Cantrell on purpose? Let's break it all down. But before we do, hot that like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. On the surface, Blu Cantrell's downfall seemed like just another case of a promising artist who couldn't keep up with the cutthroat music industry. After all, we've seen it happen before. An artist blows up, drops a few hits, and then disappears. No scandal, no controversy, just gone. For years, people assumed that's exactly what happened to Blu. Some said her career crumbled because of bad business decisions, like signing a Predatory record deal that gave her almost nothing from her music. Others blamed her controversial past, pointing to her adult magazine photos, which resurfaced at the height of her success. And then there were the mental health rumors. In 2014, headlines claimed that Blu was found running through the streets of Santa Monica at 2 a.m., screaming that someone had poisoned her. The tabloids ran with it, painting her as unstable, another one-hit wonder who lost it all. But here's where things start to get weird, because Blu Cantrell's disappearance wasn't gradual. It was instant. 1 minute, she was at the top of the charts. The next, her music was wiped from radio stations, her contract was mysteriously not renewed, and her name became harder and harder to find in the industry. And this all happened right after she was romantically linked to Jay-Z. So was this really just another case of an artist fading away? Or was there someone making sure she disappeared? And if so, why? Blu Cantrell's career didn't just slow down, it came to a screeching halt, and it all started after she got close to one man, Jay-Z. Before Beyonce was a global icon, Jay-Z was linked to multiple women in the industry, including Blu Cantrell. They were seen together at industry events, went on luxury vacations, and people close to the situation claimed there was definitely something going on. Then suddenly, Blu's career stalls. Her contract...
Wow. So this is about Blue Ivory. I'm glad I kept it going. That is Come on, man. That is too much. If this is Blu Cantrell, I ain't hardly never heard of her. She done disappeared so hard. Uncle Mike ain't know nothing about her. But then you done took the baby and named her Blue Ivory? Whoa, dog. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm just letting y'all know what Uncle Mike is thinking in my head, in his head.
Isn't renewed. Her second album doesn't get the push it deserves. The industry, which once praised her talent, starts distancing itself. Meanwhile, Beyonce's career skyrockets, and the coincidences don't stop there. Blu Cantrell records Breathe, a song featuring Sean Paul. It's a hit. Not long after, Beyonce drops Baby Boy, also featuring Sean Paul. The hooks? Suspiciously similar. The timing? Uncanny. It wasn't just one instance either. Blu drops a music video promo for her song Round Up. Shortly after, Beyonce and Jay-Z released their 03 Bonnie and Clyde music video with an eerily similar aesthetic. Then, Beyonce whispers in Signs, I was in love with a Sagittarius. I've been hurt by a Pisces. Jay-Z, a Sagittarius. Blu Cantrell, a Pisces. Was Beyonce subtly calling Blu out? And was Jay-Z quietly making sure Blu's career wouldn't get in the way of his relationship with Beyonce? Because here's where it gets even crazier. Some believe this wasn't just about a love triangle. Some believe Blu's entire legacy was wiped from history in a way that's almost too calculated to be an accident. And it all connects back to the wildest theory of them all. Was Blu Cantrell not just Jay-Z's former flame, but the actual mother of Blue Ivy? Of all the theories surrounding Blu Cantrell's disappearance, this...
What? Come on, y'all. Is this too far of a stretch? Could be true. Could be true. Dang, gone, young. And then oh my God, Blue. Here we go, y'all. That's crazy.
One might be the most insane. Some people believe that Blue Ivy, yes, Jay-Z and Beyonce's daughter, isn't actually Beyonce's biological child at all, but Blu Cantrell's. Sounds crazy, right? But let's break it down. The theory claims that around the time Blu Cantrell's career suddenly vanished, she was secretly pregnant. And who was she romantically linked to around this time? Jay-Z. Here's where things get suspicious. Blu Cantrell never publicly had a child, but she also vanished from the music scene with no real explanation. The name Blue Ivy itself raises eyebrows. Blue could be a reference to Blu Cantrell. IV, Roman numeral for 4, might be linked to Blu Cantrell's birthday, March 16th. And here's where it gets really eerie. Some people believe that naming their daughter Blue Ivy was a way to bury Blu Cantrell's legacy. Think about it. When you Google Blu Cantrell today, what comes up? Mostly images of Blue Ivy. Coincidence? Or was this an intentional move to push Blu Cantrell out of public memory? Even Jaguar Wright, the former industry insider who's exposed some of the biggest music industry secrets, believes something shady happened behind the scenes. She claims that Blu Cantrell's downfall was deliberate, that Jay-Z and Beyonce made sure Blu was erased. Of course, this theory has never been proven, but the timing, the name, and the way Blu Cantrell's career suddenly imploded right after her connection to Jay-Z, it's suspicious. And if Jay-Z really wanted Blu Cantrell to disappear, he had the power to make it happen. But this is only part of the story, because even if the Blue Ivy theory isn't true, there's still plenty of evidence that Blu Cantrell was blacklisted. And her downfall wasn't just a tragic accident, it was systematic. If Blu Cantrell was just another R&B singer who faded away, why does her disappearance feel so intentional? Let's look at the facts. Blu was romantically linked to Jay-Z. She started making suspiciously similar music to Beyonce. Then out of nowhere, she loses her record deal, gets no major support for her second album, and suddenly she's a nobody in an industry where she was once a rising star. Meanwhile, Beyonce's career explodes. Some industry insiders believe this wasn't a coincidence. Jaguar Wright, who has exposed the dark side of the music industry, believes that Blu was deliberately pushed out to make way for Beyonce. She's openly accused Jay-Z and Beyonce of using their power to erase competition, claiming that artists like Mia, Monica, and even Aaliyah all faced setbacks once Beyonce started rising to dominance. And here's the creepiest part. When you Google Blu Cantrell, what do you see? Almost nothing. Instead, Blue Ivy dominates the search results. Some conspiracy theorists believe Jay-Z and Beyonce deliberately named their daughter Blue Ivy to bury Blu Cantrell's legacy. So when people searched for Blue, all they'd see was their child, not the artist Jay-Z allegedly wanted the world to forget. And if that sounds far-fetched, remember, this is an industry that's notorious for controlling narratives, blackballing artists, and making people disappear. So, was Blu Cantrell's downfall just bad timing? Or was she systematically erased to clear Beyonce's path to the top? One thing's for sure, Blue didn't just fall off, she was silenced. And when she tried to return, that's when things really took a dark turn. By 2014, Blu Cantrell had been out of the spotlight for years. No new music, no major interviews, just a few scattered performances that barely made headlines. Then, out of nowhere, her name was back in the news, but for all the wrong reasons. TMZ reported that Blue was found running through the streets of Santa Monica at 2 a.m., barefoot, screaming that someone had poisoned her. The police took her in for a psychological evaluation, and suddenly, the industry had an easy narrative. Blu Cantrell lost her mind. It was the final nail in the coffin for her career. Instead of treating her breakdown with compassion, the tabloids ran wild with the story. They painted her as unstable, unhinged, and broken, completely ignoring the possibility that she may have been dealing with serious mental health struggles. But here's where it gets shady. This wasn't the first time an artist who spoke out about industry corruption was suddenly labeled crazy. Jaguar Wright, who has exposed Jay-Z, Diddy, and other music executives, was also publicly called unstable after revealing industry secrets. Kanye West, institutionalized right after speaking out against the elites in music. Britney Spears had a very public breakdown, only for people to later realize she had been trapped in an abusive system. So was Blu Cantrell actually spiraling? Or was this just an easy way to discredit her forever? Because let's be honest, after that moment, she was done. No one wanted to work with her, no labels, no collaborations, no major comeback opportunities. She wasn't just forgotten. She was blacklisted. And the question is, who made sure she would never come back? Was this really a mental health crisis, or was Blu Cantrell the latest victim of an industry that destroys artists when they become inconvenient? And even if you think that's a stretch, there's one part of Blu's story that proves her downfall wasn't just about personal struggles, because she never got paid for the success she did have. And when she tried to fight back, the industry made sure she had nothing left. If you thought Blu Cantrell's story couldn't get any worse, just wait. Because even after she dropped Hit 'Em Up Style, one of the biggest R&B hits of the early 2000s, she saw almost none of the money. Why? Because the moment she signed her first major record deal, she unknowingly signed away her entire future. See, when she joined Arista Records, she trusted that the label would have her best interests at heart. They told her to get a lawyer, but what she didn't know was that her lawyer was working for the label too. So, when she put her name on that contract, she had zero ownership of her music. She was locked into a predatory deal that paid her almost nothing for her album's success. And when she started asking too many questions about her money, her contract mysteriously wasn't renewed. This isn't just a bad business decision. This is the music industry's oldest scam. TLC broke at the height of their success because of a bad contract. JoJo, trapped in a deal that refused to let her release music. Megan Thee Stallion had to take her own label to court just to own her work. Blu Cantrell was just another victim of the system. But here's where things get even shadier. In 2004, right after Jay-Z became the president of Def Jam, Blu Cantrell's contract was never renewed. She was young, she was talented, and she was dating Jay-Z right before Beyonce blew up. So ask yourself this: did her label really just forget to renew her contract? Or was this a deliberate move to cut her off from the industry for good? Because if there's one thing we do know, it's that the music business is all about power moves. And Blu Cantrell, she was just in the way. But the most chilling part of this story, she wasn't the only one. Because if this was a pattern, then that means other artists were pushed out too. And once you start looking at the names, it starts to make way too much sense. If Blu Cantrell was the only artist whose career mysteriously vanished, this could all be chalked up to bad business deals and personal struggles. But here's the problem. She wasn't the only one. In fact, there's a disturbing pattern of talented female R&B artists mysteriously fading into the background, right as Beyoncé's star began to rise. Mia was huge in the late 90s and early 2000s. She was on tracks with Jay-Z, had Grammy-winning records, and was on the same trajectory as Beyoncé. Then suddenly she was pushed into the indie scene, struggling to release new music. What happened? She claimed she was blacklisted, left to fight on her own. Monica, another powerhouse R&B singer, had multiple hits
Monica.
and was poised for long-term success.
Damn, I forgot all about Monica. I used to like Monica. She was cool. Then all of a sudden, damn, that's
She
crazy.
claimed she was blacklisted, left to fight on her own. Monica, another powerhouse R&B singer, had multiple hits and was poised for long-term success. But around the time Beyoncé started taking over, Monica's mainstream presence faded. She's even hinted at industry gatekeeping, saying there were things going on behind the scenes that kept her from getting her due. Aaliyah was on her way to becoming the dominant female R&B artist of the 2000s. She was ahead of Beyoncé, already crossing into Hollywood, and was rumored to be a major threat to Destiny's Child's future. Then, tragedy struck. Aaliyah died in a mysterious plane crash in 2001. Some conspiracy theorists believe her death wasn't an accident at all, but an industry move to make way for Beyoncé's rise. Jaguar Wright, an industry insider, has openly claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce have systematically removed competition over the years. She has gone on record saying that Blu Cantrell was intentionally erased because she was a threat. Jaguar herself has been blacklisted after exposing how the industry really works. So what's the truth? It's easy to dismiss these as coincidences, but at some point you have to ask, how did all these talented women who were on top of the charts suddenly disappear? Why did Beyoncé seem to have a clear path to the top without any competition left? And why does every artist who speaks out against these power players suddenly lose everything? Blu Cantrell's story might seem like just another industry tragedy, but when you put the pieces together, it starts to look like something much bigger. A system where certain artists are chosen to succeed and others are quietly erased. And once you're out, you're never coming back. So was Blu Cantrell's downfall just a tragic mix of bad contracts, mental health struggles, and industry politics? Or was she deliberately erased to clear the way for Beyoncé's rise? We may never know the full truth, but the pattern is undeniable. Her connection to Jay-Z? Gone. Her record deal? Mysteriously not renewed. Her career? Blacklisted overnight. And when you Google her name, all you see is Blue Ivy Carter. That's not just coincidence. That's systematic erasure. It's the same music industry that has chewed up and spit out countless artists. A place where one bad contract, one wrong move, or one powerful enemy can turn a star into a ghost overnight. But here's the real question. If this could happen to Blu, who else has been erased? Jaguar Wright believes that Blu Cantrell was just one of many artists who got in the way of a bigger industry plan. That powerful people in music decide who wins, who loses, and who disappears. And when you really think about it, doesn't it feel like some artists just vanish into thin air? How many singers have we seen rise fast only to be suddenly pushed aside for the next big thing? How many artists spoke up about the industry right before their careers mysteriously ended? And how many people do you think still have a story to tell, but no platform left to tell it? The truth is, the industry doesn't just ruin careers, it erases people. It buries their names, distorts their legacies, and rewrites history so that the audience forgets they ever existed. And for Blu Cantrell, that erasure might have been by design. But maybe the world is finally waking up. Maybe people are starting to question the narratives we've been fed. Because if Blu Cantrell was erased so easily, then we have to wonder, who else did they erase? And more importantly, who's next?
Wow, more importantly, who's next? God, there's a lot of artists. Yeah, you right. She right. It's a lot of artists. It's like you seen them, you heard them, and you think, because see, in the streets, we think that they big stars, they millionaires. They faking it, y'all. In the beginning, they faking it. I was telling people, I said, Tupac, I can tell how a millionaire move and act. I said, that man ain't got no money. I can tell the way he act. Man, shoot, he rich. Everybody think the little kids at the church was saying that to me. I said, you think this dude is rich? I don't know if y'all know Chief Keef. He put this song out and stuff, and I was like, this dude is not rich because court papers is real. So if he's so rich and he a millionaire, why is he renting a house and the people that he's renting a house from is taking him to court? These people are not rich if they look. I'm trying to tell you, when I say rich, I'm talking about money in the bank. So they can easily erase somebody because they got the money. The record labels, the people, if they don't dance to their song, man, y'all tell me what y'all think, man, in the comments, man. Hey, Uncle Mike gonna get on up out of here, man. I see y'all in the comments. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.